I don't know why I cannot see a camera. And we're back again. Cannot see my camera. I think I locked it up. I don't know. God, I hope I didn't lock it up. I think I locked it up. I think. I don't think I did. Maybe it's just my brain thinking I did. Let's see if that does anything. Give it a minute. Well, I cannot get it to come up. Well, that ain't cool. That ain't cool. Why are you not coming up? Sit there and wait for people to come in. Oh, man. One concurrent viewer. Oh boy. Alright, so we're gonna do a live. We're gonna do this. Let's look at some galaxies. We're going to stop. We're actually going to do... We'll do 30 seconds. Save. Bam. Oh. Welcome back, folks. Ladies and gents. And fellow astrophotographers of the world. Hope you guys get to tune in. We're back again on, obviously, my backyard. And we are looking at M84, which M84 is a giant cluster of galaxies. So we're going to do a live stack, and that's all we're literally going to do. Can't figure out why my darn webcam isn't working though, so I do apologize for that. I don't know why it's not working. It worked earlier. For some reason, it's deciding not to work today, which is odd. So yeah, I do not know on why it's honestly not working. So I'm not sure. Can't end it, because if I end it, it kicks it. So I'm not entirely sure. So there are a ton of galaxies. Every little swirl that you see, every little elongation that kind of looks like a star is an actual galaxy. So what I will do is I will blow these up to full screen. Eventually when it decides to load. And we will look. Hello from Berlin. How are you doing today? Thank you for tuning in. It is a pleasure. I'm glad you get to stop in and hang out. And I hope you get to learn something, or at least look at something tonight. Well, it's night for me. It may be daylight for you. Where's my mouse? There's my mouse. Darn thing's just not wanting to load. So, You have a ton of galaxies, like I said before, that are in here. Hundreds. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. And the whole process of live stacking is literally just individuals. I'll take away the histogram, take away the guiding, and kind of just let everybody just look at it for a minute. Be awe-inspired. And just look at how small we actually are compared to there's... Well, let's just count. See how many actual galaxies there are. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 visible ones that I see. 20. There's frickin' 20 in just this picture alone. Now, if I take a longer exposure, it would probably show a whole lot more, to be honest. That's good. I'm glad you're fine. Again, I appreciate you stopping in and hanging out with us and checking us out. Again, I don't know why my camera's not working. It was working earlier, and I can't get it to work now. So I'm not entirely sure why. Not entirely sure why, to be honest. I wonder if I can add another input. If I can throw it up there, maybe. Nope, still doesn't seem like it wants to throw it up there for some reason. I don't know why. So all we're more interested in is the galaxies anyway. We don't need to see my face. No one wants to see my face. We will spare the unpleasantries. So we will literally just look at Mercurian's chain, and we can go somewhere else if you guys want to. If you want, we can just kind of tour around my neck of the woods so you can see what's around. Or, well, at least what's around where I'm at currently. I'm in northwest Arkansas, which, if no one's familiar where northwest Arkansas is, it is the kind of the central of U.S. Near Texas and Oklahoma. And we are literally shooting from my backyard as far as all this stuff. So again, we're shooting Mercurian's chain, or M84. And as you can tell, all the weird oblong looking shapes are actual galaxies. And that's the best thing, is you can see galaxies. It makes you feel rather small when you look at this kind of stuff. Astrophotography, anyway. At least it does for me. I can never get over the fact of what we actually see out in space. I honestly can't. Don't lock up. I don't think it's locked up. Alright, so it's thinking. So the whole point of the live stack and what it actually does. Live stacking is it's taking 120-second images or single exposures, and it'll stack them upon each other. So I could sit here all night and literally just stack upon stack upon stack upon stack into where I feel comfortable enough to where they look good. Or just if I want to move around to something else. The other beauty part about it is, I can go somewhere else if I wanted to. I don't have to stay specifically here. I can check other things out, like Orion's Nebula, Horsehead Nebula. other galaxies if I wanted to. I could. And again, that's another beauty part with the ASI-AIR, is I have that functionality that I can do. And that's what I'm currently using right now, is the ASI-AIR, which is a simple base platform where I can use proprietary cameras and stuff and literally take these kind of images, put them on an SD card, and just process the images that way, which is pretty cool to me. Tim, what's up, dude? Just randomly stumbled across this great stuff. Well, I appreciate the great stuff, man. Yeah, I streamed a little earlier today. The iPad died, so I charged it for about an hour. I can't get my blasted camera to work for some frickin' reason. It's gonna bug me. I cannot get it to work. So yeah, anyway. Shooting M84 Mercurian's chain and literally just, just stacking frames. That's all I'm currently doing at this point. If you guys want to see something else, don't hesitate to reach out. Don't say, hey, I want to look at this, I want to look at that. I can check my planetarium software to make sure that I can physically see it where I'm currently located. And if I can, I'll throw it right to it. Doesn't hurt my feelings in any way, shape, or form. It's whatever you guys honestly want to see. I got my adult water, and I have actual water. So I'm set for the rest of the night. If I wanted to stay out here long enough. Or the iPad dies. One or the other. But Tim, I appreciate that you were able to stop in and check us out, honestly. And if there's anything that you want to see, because I know you guys got a crap ton of snow where you are, just let me know. Let me know. And we will look at cracking open Stellarium. Yeah. For me, it'll be Sky Safari to make sure that that's in there. So I can see whatever. And that's the fun part. So if there's anything you guys want to look at, don't hesitate. Shout it out. Let me know what you want to see. If you want to see galaxies, if you want to see some nebulae, if you want to see, I don't know, just whatever the hell you want to see. Galaxies. Well, then we can talk about galaxies a little bit. Same thing with Nebula. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. I'm here for everyone here. Thor's head. So with Thor's helmet, I can shoot it, sure. The problem I think I'm going to have is with the telescope that I'm currently using, I think the focal length is going to be too wide for it. But we can do it. We can definitely do it. So it's up currently right now, and it is NGC 2359. So what I'm going to do, or helmet, yeah, Thor's head or helmet. Yeah, I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant. So we will try to swing to Thor's helmet, just for you. So what I will do is I will pause the ASI-AIR. We will go here. We're going to check. It is NGC here 2359. Search here. Go. So right now my mount's outside and it is physically slewing to said Thor's helmet. Or Duck Nebula, depending on who you ask. Thor's helmet just sounds more majestic, to be honest. So, I like Thor's helmet. So we're waiting for it to load. It's validating currently right now. Well, at least validating the position. And it's uncentered. Oh no! So it's going to have to center now. So the current focal length that I'm currently using right now is 430. And that's where I'm a little skeptical that this is going to look okay. So we just got to wait for it to download. And at the wonderful speed, the lightning fast speed that I have here. 430. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. What's your current focal length? 430. Yeah, it's 430. The native is around, I think it's 560. It's the Starfield Optics Gear Series 90mm is what I'm currently using. So I think it's around 550, 530 with a 0.8 reducer, which brings it down to 430 millimeters of focal length. Just slowly waiting for it to load up so y'all can see what Thor's head or Thor's helmet looks like. With the telescope sitting on top of an AM5, which is a harmonic drive mount. It's my little go-to mount, something that I can grab and go, something that's portable. I can easily power up with my little power bank, or if I want to do AC power, I can. Telescope's hooked up to the ASI-AIR, as you can physically see on the screen. It's looking at the Mercurian chain, and blast it, this internet is slower than molasses. Holy moly. Come on, Bessie. Move a little quicker. Move a little quicker. There it goes. Alright, so it's obviously in the middle. We're going to do a 120-second exposure. Actually, let's just do a live. We'll just clear it. Since it's a pretty faint nebula, we'll do 60 seconds here on the live stack. We're going to save it, and we're going to process. So we're going to see what we can get with 60 seconds of exposure. You can kind of see it in the middle a little bit on the Duck Nebula or the Thor's helmet. So it really just depends on, you know, what it's going to look like after the first 60 seconds, which I'm sure hopefully it'll adjust pretty quickly. Now if I can just figure out why my camera's not coming up. That would be wonderful. But I cannot figure out why. It's not working. And it's kind of upsetting, just a little. So as we're sitting here waiting for the 60 seconds to load, what other questions does everybody have? Anybody have any astrophotography questions, or just anything in general? Like, what got you started in the actual hobby? If you're in the hobby. So it's stacking. Not quite. It's stacking right now. I vote Seagull Nebula next. It's near Thor's helmet, and you should fit in your focal length nicely. Thanks, Tim. I appreciate that. IC2177. Perfect. Perfection. I will write that down. That way I don't forget, in case my adult beverage decides to kick in. We can also try different filters if you guys want to try out different filters. I have the One Shot Color 2600 on currently. We can either try a narrowband filter or like an L Ultimate, a tri-band RGB from Antilla. Is the resolution displayed? Is the resolution displayed your camera sensor? No, but I can get to it if need be. I believe I have the ability to make it display. Take a gander. Oop, here. Advanced. No, it does not. It does not. Are you needing to know the sensor size? It's an APS-C size sensor. The resolution, I can tell you real quick. 600. Just waiting for it to load. So the resolution is 6,248 by 4,176. I hope that helps with what you're wanting to know. No, perfect. And that's why I'm here. Here at Astroworkz, we try to strive ourselves in helping the beginner into this actual hobby, because it is a very daunting hobby, which is crazy how daunting and it can be, because it can be very, very stressful. It can be also very rewarding, if given the proper tools and the way to show how to do it. But again, if you don't have people there to help you understand how this stuff works, that way you can kind of, get shown along the process so you don't get lost, because it is a very, very deep pool that you can get lost in, and become quickly submerged. I started out with a little cheapo Amazon telescope that I got from my oldest son, which he showed very little interest in it. And I got hooked by taking a picture with a cell phone using a smartphone adapter of Orion's Nebula. It wasn't nothing to brag about on it, but it literally got me hooked. And then I jumped straight in head first. Probably not the smartest decision, but, it's what I wanted to do. It is what I wanted. It's something that makes me happy, and it's something that I'm willing to help others do as well. So if you have any questions or you're just wanting some help with, let me know. I can help you understand how this stuff works. If you have any crazy questions, where to start, I can gladly help. And this is the slowest internet ever. Oh my God. Oh my Lord. I may just have to do just exposures. And, of course, darn dithering. My dithering screwed that one up really good. Oh, look, seagulls. See the seagulls in the stars? It's pretty. Okay, I'm going to pause this one. Stop. I'm going to clear it. We're going to do 30 seconds. I did stop. I stopped my current session. Save. Let's try that. Let's try 30 seconds. See if that gets us anywhere. I can't. Actually, they already came out with it. If you follow our channel, like and subscribe, you will be updated on any notification as far as what ZWO ASI-AIR is doing. They came out with the update for 2.1 for the Sony cameras. So I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but they've already come out with it. So get out there and get to imaging. Use that Sony camera. Use it or lose it. I think the next one they're going to work on is Olympus. I think that would be the next one that they're going to work on is Olympus. I'm not having much luck here. I may just have to do an actual live image and just do a 60-second exposure of it. That's why I became aware of your channel. Well, I appreciate it. But they have come up with the Sony updates. They work with the A7 III, the A7... A7C, AS1. I'm not familiar with how many Sony cameras there are out there. Did you clear the stack? Yeah, I cleared the stack. Pretty sure I did, but for some, I don't have the best internet when I'm out here, Tim, to be honest with you. And with the boys sucking down the bandwidth, playing their video games, it does not help anyway of my current situation. But that's okay. I make do with what I got. Just slowly waiting for it to come through, which you can see it kind of in the middle there of what the Thor's helmet looks like. So it does help. I just need it to stack and not dither, because if it's going to do it again, then I'm just going to go back to the live version, or not the live version, but just the preview, and just do it that way. And I may have to turn off dither, to be honest. Let's see if it comes any better. There we go. It's a little better. So you can actually see it right there in the middle. Just right smack dab in the middle right there. Give it a minute, it'll load for you. I really want this camera to work, but it is really being a booger. Again, if I had the quicker internet, it would stack a whole lot quicker of more. That way it would show it a whole lot more. Other than that, how's everybody else doing? I hope everybody's having a great night or day, depending on where you are currently. So yeah, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. This is why I'm here. This is why I do what I do. So please do not hesitate in any way, shape, or form. I'm just going to sit here and fiddle with my camera until I can get it to pop up, so I can grace you wonderful folks with my presence eventually. I don't know when. Oh, there's a little bit more of it. Any rumors of ZWO rounding out their telescope? Well, Tim, I'm not too sure. Anything is always possible. Anything is possible. Anything is possible, good sir. This is becoming very frustrating. If you are in the field, how many mobile data? Are you talking about just exposures? Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about just how the ASI-AIR works in general with the ASI-AIR Plus? You actually don't need any Wi-Fi or mobile data. So how it works is that little red box produces its own Wi-Fi signal, and you connect to that Wi-Fi signal like a switch or a router, and that's how you communicate with it. So you don't need a mobile hotspot, you don't need cell data, because it does everything internally. This is rather frustrating. So the data is on the AS. Yeah, so you have the ability with the ASI-AIR Plus. There's an internal EMMU or EMMC internal hard drive that it can hold all the data on there. I would recommend like a thumb drive or a little 3.0 thumb drive, like 32 gig or 64 gig, or some people do 256 or whichever you want to do, and you have the ability to actually push all those images or select a storage facility or storage vault, either the internal or the external. I always push all my stuff to the external. That way I can just pull the thumb drive out, throw it into the computer, and I can get to stacking. And I don't have any issues one way or another. Really wish I could get this blasted webcam to work. It's kind of annoying. And I had it working earlier. see something. It's a microphone. So I'm curious if we change a cord real quick. If that might alleviate my issue. Possibly. Alright, so as we can tell, that's the Thor's helmet. Not going to really get much data on it. So I think we need to go to what Tim recommended, the IC21. So I'm going to stop this. Go here. I'm going to go to IC 2177. We're going to slew to it. I'm going to grab a cable real quick. That should theoretically work. Maybe. If I can find it. See if it works. Let's see if it works. So we're going to do a live. We're going to clear, and we're going to go. And we're going to see what. It's a 2-for-1 object. It's basically a nebula on top of another. But heck yeah! Can't beat that with a stick. You cannot. Problem is, Tim, is I wonder if it's a narrowband target, if I'll be able to see it. That's going to be the main kicker. That's that one. So we're just going to sit there and let that build while I try to figure out what's going on with my camera. Tim, I wonder if it'll be easier to use a narrowband on this particular target, since it's pretty faint. Let me know what you think. Too big. Yeah, you're probably right. So what I'll do is I'll just adjust it here real quick. I'm going to adjust it. Oh. I'm going to pause, stop, clear here. This. We'll do 120 seconds. Save and go again. There we go. I can see it now, some of the red. I can definitely see it though. I do hope everybody's having a great night, whatever it is that you're doing. So right now we're doing IC 2177, which I need to see. I cannot remember. There's so many to remember. Oh, the seagull. Perfect. I don't see how I can get it to work earlier, but now I can't get it to work at all. Interesting. technology. Maybe 1, 2 plus friends are always good around. Yeah, M81 and M82. I shot those earlier in the last stream, actually. A lot of people liked it. But unfortunately, with the focal length that I have currently, it's pretty droll. It's not the best at all. I think that's where the misconception is for some people, is understanding how important focal length is for targets. Because if you don't have the proper focal length, then you're not going to get the target you want to hit. It'll look funny. It won't look right. You'll have issues. And that's currently what I'm struggling with today. Dang, I think the Flaming Star Nebula is too low for you. I have to do a quick Google search and see what the number is on that one. And I can let you know for sure. Yeah, if I had a narrowband like a L Ultimate, this thing would light up like a tree. Let's see. Yeah, IC405. So we will, let me look in the planetarium. Actually, it is not low for me. It is, we're going for it. We're going for it. Stop. Here. Preview, exit. IC-405. Go. Yeah, it's... We're about to find out if it's too low or not. Shouldn't be for where I'm currently at, but we're going to find out. They're both right next to it. Oh yeah, and the tadpole, you are right. How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's having a great, fantastic evening. My name is Tyler. Thank you for tuning in to Astroworkz. If you have any questions, you want to learn anything about astrophotography, don't hesitate to ask. We are always here to help and guide you and better understand this astrophotography journey. Because I'm telling you folks, it can be quite a bit of a journey. Because it can be daunting. Is what it can be. It can be extremely daunting if you don't have people to help you. So we're going to see what Flaming Star looks like. It looks like it's right over the roof, so I might be able to do it. Well, I can see it. So, we're going to do a live. We're going to bump up the exposure. Yeah, it's 280 seconds. Save. We're going to clear the data. We're going to hit go. We're going to see what we get. I mean, with 180 seconds, I should be able to get something, some way, or something in it. I would assume. Yeah, tadpoles are 2.5 miles brighter, and this one doesn't work out as well. Well, I think with the tadpole, I'm going to switch out the filters and do like an L Ultimate. That way it really just pops. Granted, I'll have to refocus on it since I'm changing filters, but that's probably going to be the better alternative, to be honest. Again, that's just my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. really would like to figure out why my camera isn't working. It's very frustrating. I've been craving getting one of those dual narrowband filters. Which one are you thinking about getting, Tim? And I may be able to help you out, sir. Oh boy, you're funny. You are hilarious. Narrow band it down. Oh, excuse me. Would you have a recommendation for someone with a 2400 MC Pro? There's nothing wrong with the L Ultimate if you're wanting to go that route. Or, so you're wanting to do narrowband though. I mean, the L Ultimate's okay. Do you not have the L Extreme or the Enhance? I have only one as far as the UHC, nowhere near the... Which one are you wanting? Or which one are you contemplating on getting, I should say? Freaking thing locked up. I'll send you one. I think the stream locked up. I think my stream locked up. Nope, it did not. It's just my brain. It did not lock up. Yep, I'm gonna have to switch filters because this one is no good. So bear with me. I'm gonna go outside real quick, switch filters, and it's gonna get a little haywiring on the screen, I'm sure. Oh. Freaking cold outside. So yeah, what I can do, buddy, is I'll send you an ultimate. I have some extra, so I'm not going to tell you how I procured extra, but I got an extra. But I do need to do a review for Optolong on it. Anyway, so, oh my goodness me. Oh, looky there. That's so much better. It immediately just popped. So what I got to do real quick is I got to pause. I'm going to have to focus because I have to. I'm going to have to focus. Say we're going to do this. We're going to dump it. Got to go to preview. Got to go to autofocus. We got to hit go. Actually, we're probably going to have to do 8 seconds because it's a lot more narrower. So I'll send you one, bud. I have an extra that I'm not using. Let's do a side-by-side comparison of an object. Yeah, a good idea. That'd be good. We can do that. Good old focus curve. Freaking screen's froze. Let's demix. Slowly getting there on this curve. I can see that other people are watching, but they're not commenting but Mr. Tim. So if you're out there and you have questions, please don't hesitate. Sweet. So that's done. So we're going to go here. We're going to do a quick, actually we're just going to live stack. And we're actually going to do 60-second exposure, actually 30-second exposures. And clear the data, clear the data. Let's try this crap again. Let's try it again. Let's see if that works. My ASI-AIR will arrive today. Perfect! Is your processing workflow much different from dual Narrowband filters and traditional broadband? Yes. Unfortunately, the workflow is completely different. I hate it that it is so, but it is so. With Narrowband, sometimes what I like to do is separate the channels individually. If I'm doing, like, this particular filter is hydrogen alpha, which, in case nobody knows what hydrogen alpha is, it detects all the reds in the ionized gas of the red. And I believe it's got H beta. Is that bad that I'm going to have to actually read the frickin' box? Are you kidding me? And it's not even in the box anyway. I actually would have to get into the internets, which I don't feel like doing. It's a 3-channel narrowband filter. That's good. I dropped it. And excuse me. But yeah, Tim, I separate each individual channels and process them that way. And that is great that your ASI-AIR will arrive today. Perfect. I've been doing each RGB channel separately and individually recently. So yeah, it's easy for you at that point. Honestly, you will not have any problem. On that at all. I'm just waiting for the image to come up. Eventually. God, slower than molasses internet. If anybody has any questions, what is this? Taxanowski. If you have any questions about your ASI-AIR, don't hesitate to ask at all. Did you get a power supply with it by chance? Adult water is delicious. Perfect. Well, you're already making a leaps and bounds compared to some people. What kind of camera, like Tim says, what kind of camera, what kind of telescope? I'm assuming you're going to use the Sony, because you mentioned Sony earlier. What kind of scope and mount are you going to use? It's a 12-volt 3-amp. That's good. It'll be enough. It's a 100 to 400 zoom. Mount is on the way. What kind of mount are you going to get, though? Oh, the GTI Skywatcher. Is that one Wi-Fi enabled? I believe that one has Wi-Fi enabled capabilities. I plan to buy a ZWO. I'm assuming you mean the AM5. Oh, look. There's some pretty nebulae. So what I need to do is 30 seconds needs to be more. Okay. Stop. Let's do 60. Save. Yes, and go to. Perfect. You'll actually enjoy that mount. I've seen that mount. I haven't personally used it though. Just talking to some of our dealers, excuse me, about it. It's a good little mount. Really is. It reminds me of our IXOS 100 that we have at Explore Scientific. Which I don't care what equipment you use. I'm not biased on anything as long as you're out imaging. That's all I care about, honestly. Well, I will go ahead and say my ES scope has been fantastic. Well, that's good. So hopefully if I get another image to show up and it will actually, and while the contrast with that filter is already neat. Yeah, honestly, you know what would be a good target to do if it's up, which it should be up, is the Rosette. That's going to be the one. That's going to be a good one, honestly. And it is up. So I think what I need to do is after this image is stacked in there, I need to swing it to the Rosette. That way you can actually see more nebulosity or the maroon / red contrast in case you aren't for sure. So what you're looking at is literally just hydrogen gas or red, so to speak. And that's what you're seeing is all that red that you're seeing or maroon that you're seeing. That is a hydrogen gas of well, I would say a star exploded at one point, but I'm not entirely sure. But that's just, it's all gas that's out in the atmosphere that you can't actually see with your naked eye, period. Only telescopes with cameras can detect this kind of stuff. You can't see it with a pair of binoculars. You can't, which is sad, but I mean our eyes cannot transceive, or it can't detect color from that far away. I mean, honestly, I wish the moon was up. As much as everybody hates looking at the moon, Yeah, it's... So I have a feeling... Alright, we're going to go to the Rosette. I'm going to bump up the exposures by quite a bit because it is a narrowband filter. So that was, I believe it's NGC 22... Yep, 2244. So we're going to go to NGC number 2244. Oh, this is pretty. I love this nebula. So pretty. I'm going to bump up the exposures quite a bit because of the fact that it is a very narrow sliver of channel that we're looking through. So how narrowband works to me. Well, the problem, Tim, is that was only 60-second exposure. I'm fixing to push it to 120-second exposure. I'll really push it. We're gonna do it. It's gonna take a minute, but we're gonna do 300-second exposure. It's just gonna be one exposure. That way you can see what it looks like, and then we'll stack. With narrowband imaging, think of it as tunnel vision, essentially. Each individual channel has the ability to be compressed to certain nanometers. The smaller the number in nanometers, the less, or the more concentration it can see of that particular color, but the less light pollution and stuff can get in. So if I I have particular filters that are 3 nanometers hydrogen alpha. So I'm isolating one color from the entirely of space. And I'm just allowing that color to come in. And I'm soaking up as much of that like a ray of sunshine as I can. But when I use those said filters, I'm taking a long exposure, over 900 seconds, which is 15 minutes for one shot. So when I do narrowband, it takes me quite a while. I usually try to do at least 30 to 40 hours on one target, because I'm doing hydrogen alpha, sulfur 2, and O3, which is red, greens, and blues. And depending on if I want natural star color, then I do luminance filter as well. You don't have to do a luminance filter. It's just, with luminance, it gives you more natural star color instead of a weird magenta or green color in your stars. When you post-process, which there's a way to get rid of it if you wanted, so it's not big of a deal. So it is possible to get rid of those colors. So hopefully after these 300 seconds, and you can kind of see in the middle of the picture or the image, there's a cluster of stars in the middle. There is a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, give or take, stars in the middle of that Rosette Nebula. And it kind of looks like a big flower. And as possibly demented as it sounds, we have a big blown up version of this, of the Rosette Nebula, in our office at work. And I see, and granted your mind plays tricks on you, it's kind of one of those 3D puzzles that pop out at you, those 3D art ones. When you stare at it long enough, I see 3 skulls, as weird as it sounds, in there. I literally see 3 facial skulls in there. Granted, I also see that there's a Bart Simpson on the moon too, so go figure. I blame Kent for that one because he got it into my brain. Yeah, you see that too. So yeah, it's really interesting how these nebula take form or take shape, because there's a rabbit on the moon, believe it or not, If you don't know what I'm talking about, just look at the moon long enough. You'll see the rabbit. If not, I'll help you find it. It's not far. It's not hard. He literally takes up the whole moon. Let's see, what else is there on the moon that I've been told about? Oh, shoot. I can't think of it off the top of my head. So we got 40 seconds left on this single exposure. Granted, it's probably going to take 30 more minutes for the darn thing to upload. Come on, baby. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. Come on, baby. I guess since my camera's not working, I don't need a new one. Bam, bam, ba dum, bow. Rosette Nebula. Come on, baby. Pop up. Mount are you using again? I'm using the AM5 from ZWO. I do have another mount that is permanently peered to... We're going to go ahead and just do a live because it's taking forever. I need to check to see if I'm on... I'm on station mode, so it should... I don't know why it's taking so freaking long. 220, let's do 180 seconds. Just let it stack. Just let it go on. I'm sorry, everybody, that this internet is foobarred. But yeah, Tim, I'm using the AM5. I have another mount that is covered. That's peer mounted. It's the CEM60. I use it for the bigger telescopes that I have. Oh, shoot. Which I do have the ability to remote into those as well and do the streaming as well, which I may need to start doing again for the better focal lengths, I guess. Again, guys, don't hesitate to ask questions. I promise you're not going to hurt my feelings any. I'm here to educate the best of my ability that I can. So that's why I'm here. So what's everybody's plans for the weekend? Oh, mercy. Unboxing. Should be clear tomorrow or Sunday night for me. Perfect, Tim, because it's supposed to be junk after me for tonight. So that's why I wanted to take this opportunity and actually do this. want to try the horse head and the flame nebula. Just got my ASI-AIR for my Sony cameras. Excellent. That is excellent, Anthony and Bree. You're going to enjoy it since ZWO finally released that they're able to use Sony cameras. You're going to enjoy it. My question would be, what telescope are you going to use while shooting those? Excuse me. Oh, we're finally loading a picture. Thank the Lord, baby Jesus. A Sigma? Nice. So you're going to use a Sigma 150 to 600 Sport that I'm using. That'll look really good, honestly. Eventually upgraded to a dedicated astronomy camera and scope. Well, there's honestly nothing wrong with the camera that you currently have. Which Sony is it? If you don't mind me asking. Lord, at my trust me, words right now escape me, Anthony and Bree. I had to resort to adult beverages, A, to stay awake, and to make this about as comical as it can be. Yeah, I'm running. Honestly, I got to be up in 3.5 hours. So you got the A7 III and the A7 IV. I got the A7 III, so I can't really talk about the A7 IV. Which I think the only difference between those two is the better megapixels. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Please show up, Rosette. There it is. Boom. Finally an image. That, folks, is the Rosette Nebula. Now, the longer we sit here and stack these, the brighter that particular image is going to be. Now, if you have the ability to zoom in on your screen, we may have to wait till it gets a little brighter. And the longer we stack it, the more dark nebulosity it'll see as well. Now, granted, Tim, this is only 180 seconds. I don't feel like 300 seconds is... 300 seconds I would get more, but since I'm doing stacking, it'll literally just stack each individual one as well. So it'll load up another one, throw it right on top of that one. Kind of like, I mean, you know, just like live stacking is. Yeah, it's more updated specs all around, pretty comparable to the 3. Okay, well, if it's comparable to the 3, I got a local guy that I've helped set up getting started into astrophotography, and that's what he uses, is the A7 III. He likes the A7 III until he bought one of my cameras, dedicated cameras, so he could use, but he definitely uses the A7 III for travel. So he doesn't have to worry about much power supporting stuff. So yeah, he loved his. He actually shot the horse head. It was very faint, so you have to be mindful. You may have to take a long exposure. The problem I think you're going to have is that wonderful star that everybody loves, Alnitak. That specific star is going to bloat, flare, and cause all sorts of havoc for your image. Just going to tell you right now. But have fun with that one. Yeah. I mean, as long as you, if I had this photo, my session would be over. I mean, everybody gets there. Trust me, I didn't get here at the beginning. God, no. It was a horrible, it was the most horrible image ever. It was a non-tracking mount on a Alt-Az mount. And I literally took a quick exposure with a cell phone. I could see the core of Orion's Nebula, but I would not be able to get this at all. So what I'm going to do is we're going to stop it. We're going to bump up the exposure. We are going to do 300 seconds because y'all are patient. And we're just going to restart it. We're going to see what 300 seconds will get us. I usually use a newt, and I have to make sure that when we take my scope rotation, the diffraction from Altodac doesn't decapitate the horse, which it will. What camera would you recommend? Well, Anthony, that depends. Honestly, what kind of scope are you looking at getting? Here, I'll just make it easier for you. You already have full frame cameras. There is no telescope on the market that I've seen. Granted, I work for a telescope company, and I have yet to see a telescope that will literally take a full frame camera without vignetting in it. That's with a reducer. There's probably a couple of telescopes with native focal lengths that can do full frame. If you're wanting to do dedicated astronomy cameras, but personally, what I'm using is the 2600 from ZWO. I like it just fine. And I'm not breaking the bank at all. Shoo! That went down the wrong pipe. Can you go through the stacking process a little bit, please? Mostly interested to keep the original file untouched and use stacking as a visual aid only. Excuse me. Let's see. Yes, I was looking at a dedicated Astro camera. Anthony and Bree, honestly, look up a ZWO 2600. You can either get monochrome or one-shot color. With monochrome, you'll have to get filters, dedicated filters that either you have to get LRGB, which is red, blues, and greens, and luminance, an HA S2 and O3 filter. Monochrome is a lot more expensive. The cameras are more expensive, and it all depends on how much time you want to dedicate yourself to it. One-shot color is basically like a DSLR that you currently have. You literally point and click and go. When you're processing, it makes it a little quicker on there. So yeah, it's definitely it's a challenge when you go with mono, but with one-shot color it makes it easier. And yes, Bogdan, can you go through the stacking process a little bit, please? Mostly interested in keeping the original files untouched and used. So that's the thing you can do, Bogdan, is with the ASI-AIR, even if I pull all the files off the ASI-AIR from my thumb drive, you can stack those frames. I use Pix and Sight, so I can stack so many lights, flats, darks, and biases, which I'm not going to get into that at the moment. With those said frames, you're just stacking them, so it'll create a whole nother stack without messing with the single subs, if that makes any sense. So if I'm going through a stacking process, I'll take 10 lights, which is basically what I'm doing now. Is just a single exposure, whatever I'm taking a picture of, that's my light frame. I'll take 10 of these, same thing with flats and darks and biases. Darks, I don't care, because as long as they're the same temperature as the current lights, you're fine. It doesn't matter. It's not for dust motes or anything. That's what flats are for. So it's mainly for the dark current to give it equal balance throughout the image. Excuse me. And biases are just real quick, fast as you can get them. So I'm taking 10, 10, 10, 10. I'm stacking it in my program, doesn't matter which. It'll spit out a calibrated image of your stacked without actually altering your sub images or stacked or single images. So you can reprocess it again, so you're not ruining your single sub data at all. It's just stacking said data so it can produce you a new image. That helps any way, shape, or form. Mostly trying to keep the original files untouched as user stacking. Yeah. So hopefully when this stacks, the 300-second sub, maybe we can start seeing a little bit more skull feature. And I can kind of describe to you where it is, because they are there. I promise you the skulls are there. I've seen them all the time. Every time I see this thing, all I do is see skulls. I see 3 skulls. Which what I will do... It's just probably going to take a minute. It's loading, slowly but surely. So no special settings required. No special settings at all. Nothing, Bogdan. Not at all. I use an external hard drive, like a little thumb drive. Plug it in there, and I move all the data, or before I start an image sequence, I move that data to that thumb drive. Or I make sure that that thumb drive is selected to where it dumps everything into said thumb drive. And then I literally just pull the thumb drive, load it into whatever I'm going to use for our stacking, and yeah, those files don't get touched, technically. So you can see it brought out a little bit more red, a little bit darker red. So if you want to see the skull, so what you do is you can see the eye right in front of you, right? I'll even use my mouse. Well, I don't see how you're going to be able to do that. So I'll zoom in. That's how I'll do it. So that's one of the eyes right there. I'll wait for it to zoom in. So actually, I can't rotate it with my fingers, but if that's one eye, obviously directly below that is the nose here. Then we're going to zoom back out. Here's the other eye. We're going to zoom back out again, and the mouth is right there. So if you sit there and just kind of look at it for a minute, you'll see it. And then you'll see it right at you. And what I could do, instead of just doing, I could do a 900-second exposure, and you'll really see them then. Because this is actually a lot bigger than what it looks. There's more to it than this. I don't think go brave enough for 360. Well, I mean, I'm guiding at 0.46, so after this one finishes, I'm going to go to preview and do 9. Actually, screw it. I'll just bump it up to live at 900 seconds and see what we get. Either two things will happen, either good or bad. 900. Well, it's going to be a long time. Boom. Continue. 900 seconds. I'm going to do a 900 second just for you. I mean, that's what I do narrowbanding on, is 900 seconds. But granted, I'm using chroma 3 nanometers, though. So I'm doing 3 nanometer filters. So I have to. Because I'm only letting in so much amount of light. I have to literally sit there and just keep that shutter open. And that's the unfortunate part. If I was in a more dark sky site, I wouldn't have to do that. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't even have to spend as much money as I have on that crap. I could have saved some money, to be honest. Could have saved a ton of money. But I want good images too. Excuse me. Darn it. But yeah, you need to do a 900 second exposure. You'll honestly like it. It's a lot more time consuming, that's for sure. But in the end, it's worth it. To me. I don't know about you, Tim. For your peer-mounted CM60, do you toss it whether? Yeah, I use the Telegizmo 365. Uh-oh, star lost. That's not good. Oh, frickin' frack. I think I lost it. I think I lost the Rosette. Did it go behind the house? Yep, it went behind the house. Fiddlesticks. We're going to have to shoot for something else then. Dagnabbit. Dagnabbit. Let's see here. What's up? What is up? What is up? What's coming up in the east? What's coming up in the east? That is a nebula. I need something in the east. That's probably too low. Dagnabbit. Ooh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Could it be? Could it be the Heart Nebula? It is. Sweet. Well, that's where we're going. We're going to go here, preview, exit, here. We're going to go to the Heart Nebula. I love the Heart Nebula. We're going to go to IC 1805. Here, go. That's a beautiful roof. Yes, it's an amazing roof line. I don't know. We're about to find out. We're about to find out, Tim. Let's see if the heart's still high enough. It should be. Maybe. Oh, no. Roof line's coming. Crap. Dagnabbit. Oh, crud. Nope. I can't do Cassiopeia yet because the elephant's trunk is too low. Dang it. Dang it. This is why I don't like Galaxy Season that much. Darn galaxies. Can't do that one. Andromeda's coming up. California's gone. Let's see if the horse hits. If it's good. Well, this stinks. I really don't have much to look at now. I think Horsehead just... Yeah, it did. It's set. Fiddlesticks. Hey, Curtis Horn, how are you doing? Yeah, it's too small. Most planetary nebulas are going to be too small for this focal length, unfortunately. We're going to go... Where are we going to go? We're going to see what we can get in GC 4435. Trying to use... Might still be above. Yeah, jellyfish, maybe. I just got the IXS 100 for Ocean OCT today. Set it up. So far, very nice. Thank you, Curtis. Appreciate that. Trying to use it with a 6-inch. Yeah, you're probably going to need to get 3 more counterweights. More than likely. Frickin' roof lines. Alright, so we're going to try... Oh, wait, there it goes. Let's do a 300-second exposure real quick. As a hack, I can pick up tomorrow. Perfect. Need about 5 more pounds. Perfect. Did you see 2264? I'll be darned. I forgot about this one. Maybe... Yeah, if the Rosette just touched below the roof line, that one's going to be right behind it. So that's too low already. Dang, I can't believe Orion already touched. Or is already below the horizon already. Dang. I mean, it is. It's basically 2 o'clock in the morning for me. I would honestly, I will do that right now. Oh. Let me go do it right at this moment. Well, perfect. I'm glad that your 8-year-old was able to put that together with very little help of the instruction booklet. So you did it under EAA Forum. Nope, nope, go back. Electronic Assisted Astronomy. Perfection, found it. Stacking also a Sony possible. Yes. It is. Tessanowski. If I'm pronouncing that name, I hope I am. If not, I apologize. You can stack it. Right now, I'm just doing a preview. But you can... I don't see why you shouldn't be able to do the stacking as well. So remove the TP06, next door, no. Yeah, I'm reading the thread right now. I like the portability of the mount is what sells me on it. I can literally pick it up with one hand and move it. And that's what I love about it, to be honest. Just the functionality of it. The ease of use is what I love. Dagnabbit. Frickin' dithers. Frickin' dither. Let's see, I'm going to have to find another target now. I may be running out of targets, folks, because of where I'm located. Let's see. NGC 2264. I think that was the Christmas tree. Maybe. That's excellent. By the way, you can announce broadcasting a form of put the thread. Oh, that's cool. That's actually pretty ingenious, to be honest. Broadcast announcements. It's pretty ingenious, Curtis. Alrighty, so we're going to go with we'll do 120 second. Make it quick, because I don't know how much longer my iPad's going to last. That's the one thing about doing this, is I got to figure out a way to charge my iPad while keeping the stream up. Uh-oh. Star's lost. Yeah, gonna lose it because of the frickin' roof line. Dagnabbit. So aggravating. Alright, we're gonna try one more. And I'm not promising we're gonna be even able to do it. If I can't do this one, then I'm afraid I'm gonna have to call it. Because I do not have 1396. Bam. 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 Let's see if it comes up. Now it's moving. Next time. Yeah. That is true. Next time. Is it a USB-C? Yes, it is a USB-C iPad, Curtis. Yeah, that may be too low. We're about to find out. Might try that. Huh. I'm going to have to look into that one. Thank you for the suggestion. Okay. Appreciate that, Curtis. Well, we may have an elephant's trunk. Curtis, I'm using the 2600 from ZWO. One-shot color. Ouch. We'll see how this one works. If this one doesn't turn out too well, then dum bum bum bum. Uh-oh. That's a tree. Hopefully I'll look past the tree. We'll see if it works. If this doesn't work, guys, I'm going to have to go ahead and call it. Yep, tree. Crap. Yeah, it's going to be another 30 minutes or so. I appreciate everybody tuning in. I really do. The tree nebula. Yes, the dreaded tree nebula. It's Tim's fault. He's jinxed me. Again, I appreciate everybody coming in, hanging out. If you stick around long enough, maybe the co-presenter that I teamed up with is Simon in New Zealand. Maybe he will set up and do a live stream from the southern hemisphere. Look at the Large Magellanic Cloud and all that wonderful stuff. So, sorry guys, it didn't turn out as good as we hoped, but, you know, it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. It really isn't. But I'm glad you guys got to stick around, hang out with us, and whatnot. It really means a lot to us here at Astroworkz. It really does, whether you believe it or not. But I hope you guys can come around the next time and make sure that we get it going off at the right foot. Because the roof gods and the blasted tree gods just don't seem to like us for some reason. I don't know why. But until then, I'm Tyler with Astroworkz, and I appreciate you guys stopping in. Hope you guys take care, and I'll see you around at another time. See ya.